a common pattern is that female commentators seem to hit the stride a lot faster, which it's actually kind of scary because there's a pattern for that. Would you agree with that, or do you think I'm just kind of theorizing the wrong thing here?
Well, I think don't have too much data to go on there. Cheever actually worked for a remarkably long time, and
Yes,
she wasn't necessarily casting, but
as an admin, yeah.
yeah, she was doing a lot of other things before she got into casting. Llama did hit it pretty quickly. However,
Hmm.
nowadays there's so many more games. All you need is one shot. So
Mm.
she got her one shot and she's good to go. But there are several casters who have casted for BTS and joined Dota and got their shot and nothing happened.
Mm.
Like Llama,
Hmm.
partially, yes, because she's a woman. The Reddit hate threads are excessive. But she devotes a lot more time to it than a
Yeah.
lot of the other casters are. Like, she really has the option to think about it full time.
Hmm.
So I do think that her debut was splashier because she's a woman. But I also think that since there's so many opportunities to cast right now,
Hmm.
um, it's you can get the chance faster. A lot of people just blow it really easily. There's something to be said about slow growth because it means you don't suck by the time people start watching you.
Correct, correct. And one thing Llama actually brought up in her interview, which I'll spoil, sorry guys. But one thing she brought up in her interview was like, from her perspective, it's not a thing of, I was a girl, I got into the commentating scene. It was more like, she talked about how she got to where she got, and her thing was that she ended up sending out messages like she essentially spammed out
Yeah,
to
she
as many people
works
as to
really
gods
hard.
and BTS, and just basically trying her hardest to get herself out there. Like she worked really hard for that, like for like at least 2 weeks or so, and she finally got a response. And then I said, hey, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and commentate for BTS. We'll see how it works, because she lived like right down the street or something like that. So she actually tried really hard. There's a lot of effort put into her getting there. But everybody else, like me, from my perspective, before the interview, kind of looked at it as like, oh, girl, commentator. She's been commentating for 6 months. She's the new Sheever, whatever. I don't care. I'm not jealous. Cool Blue's not jealous. Only been cast for 3 years. So I will say, from my perspective, hashtag salt was there, sure. But after hearing her story, after talking with her, after being able to sit down and think about it, like, yeah, she actually did do her work. Sure, she hit her stride faster, but she brought up the point of you don't get to choose when you become famous. And I've been tracking with that one for quite a while. Been chewing on that one for a little bit, because I think what you're saying is, as a girl, you kind of hit your stride faster, so you don't really get to choose if you get to stay there for a while and build your chops and become famous. You just kind of get tossed into the scene because that's what seems to happen.
Yeah, you have to navigate it incredibly carefully because you will rise more quickly, which means you have less fans, which means that when the general public starts to see you and you haven't had time to, develop yourself, a lot of things can go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, you really need to work very, very carefully. So that's what I was saying about cosplaying, is that I kind of had slow growth, which was really beneficial to me, because if
Right.
I had had a few thousand people watching my stream with one of my cosplays, it would have been overwhelming. It would have just been bad press. And it would have been impossible to grow my stream the way I wanted to with that kind of huge influx of people. So slow growth is less
Mm-hmm.
instantly satisfying, but significantly better for you in the long run.